Yeah, I think you're talking about the recent economic downturn, and it was certainly a time where it was tough to sleep at night, where there was a lot of wringing of hands and so on. But I think the fact, we had a strong financial position, but at that time we decided that we better make it even stronger. So we looked for some opportunities to shore up our balance sheet, and we did that. We had a private label credit card operation, the Bell's credit card. At that time we owned and operated. I had felt for some time that it was very difficult to be competitive in credit, with Capital One and all those companies that are coming out with these great rewards programs, and it was very difficult for us to kind of compete on that level. So we decided we'd sell our credit card operation to a third party that runs private label credit cards for a number of retailers. And by doing so, we raised, the cash that we had tied up in receivables. We slowed our capital spending. So the first thing was kind of to shore up, to really shore up our balance sheet. And we, kind of came through that with a phenomenally strong financial position. And as a result, we had the flexibility to kind of weather the storm and hunker down. We slowed down our growth pretty dramatically. We did a lot of the things that a lot of companies did during that time. We kind of went through the PIC committee, PIC, Profit Improvement Committee, and we did all the things that everybody does. We stopped the Wall Street Journal subscriptions for executives. They could buy their own, even down to that kind of thing. Retailing is a nickels and dimes business. So we did that. We obviously found other significant cost-saving opportunities and kind of, eked our way back into a decent profitability. We did lose money in 2009 as a company. And the one thing I would say to you that was a big lesson learned for me is that I thought through the decade of the 2000s, the early 2000s, that wouldn't it be great if we were a little bit more diversified? We didn't have two businesses that sold the same damn thing, clothes, shoes, and home goods. We had two businesses doing the same thing. And I thought, boy, wouldn't it be great to be diversified? And so we weren't so dependent upon fashion cycles and cotton prices and all that stuff. And what I learned during this downturn is that we really were pretty diversified because the off-price sector kind of rotated into favor during that time. As I mentioned in my talk, people traded down. So our off-price business fell out and kind of cruised right on through, whereas our department store business, which was, our department store business is built on probably a lot of the concepts that you build your business on. We were moving into new markets where the houses were going up but weren't all surrounding the store. And of course, in 2008, when construction ground to a halt, all of a sudden we had a store that was not surrounded by houses anymore. And it's taken a long time for those subdivisions to crank back up again. That as well as I do. So it's been, that's been a little bit tougher. But thank goodness we had the outlet business, and we were in fact a little bit more diversified than I really thought. So I would also say that I do owe it to our board for their help in kind of focusing our attentions on all the things that matter during a tough downturn. One of the things that's I think true of Wells, it may not be true for a lot of family-owned businesses, is that we have a real board. We have people from different different parts of the business, but they're independent, and they do advise us. And during that time, instead of our quarterly board meetings, we had monthly board calls where we shared with them our progress on balance sheet nourishment and profit improvement committee and those kinds of things, strategic changes. So it was, I think, kind of an all-around effort. Sorry to ramble on. Jim?
Steve, first, thanks very much for the gift. It reminds me, last year our office adopted the Big Brothers Big Sisters group as our Christmas gift to the community, and we went out and bought a gift card for the family and a little girl, and the next Monday morning the gift would be on the opposite gender, came in, almost in tears and said, I took her to Bell's with a gift card and she got 2 new school dresses, she got some play clothes, got her little brother, she took his first winter jacket he'd ever owned and new tennis shoes. And then she said they had enough left over to buy their mother the first Christmas gift they'd ever bought her. So it's very moving. And bottom line is your message, you deliver value for the dollars you charge. Thank you. I saw Taylor and Drake nodding their head when you talked about succession planning. So my question is, any lessons you can share on dealing with the millennials, the next generation, and that sort of thing?
Yeah. Look, diversity is a word that, in my opinion, is overused. I do believe that differing points of view, differing ways of thinking about things, differing types of personalities, differing ways of us know that ultimately, if you can channel them, are going to make you a better business. It's those young people that are going to make a difference for us on the web operations. They understand that a lot better than users like me. And I also, this is Steve Knopfler, I don't have any empirical evidence, but I believe this economic downturn has, kind of altered that point of view that was, I think, probably in many cases overstated. But the point of view that millennials, that it's all about me, and you've got to build your business around the way I want to work and my lifestyle, and I want to be promoted even though I don't have to work to get there, those kinds of things. I think this downturn has kind of changed the minds. I think people realize now, the young people, that working for a company that's stable and going to be around and growing is a real valuable thing. And I think they also understand that, advancement requires hard work, and that it's not easy. It's not easy to be successful in this economy. We got to scratch and claw for it every day. So I think there's been a little bit of change there, but look, if we can't embrace a little bit of a different lifestyle, a different way of looking at things, we're going to die on the vine. The world changes every day, and you all know it better than me. You've got to be adaptive, and we try and do that. I think the most important thing is to treat people like the center of the world, and let them know that you care about them, you want them to succeed, and you're investing in them. And mentorships, I think, are a really important part of it. But ultimately, look, they're going to run this world, and if we don't recognize it now, it's going to be too late.
Steve, I have 3 questions. The first one is the most important. An apostrophe or a no apostrophe?
It's really, there is an apostrophe, but our advertising team thinks the apostrophe is kind of ugly in print. So, as we develop logos and the way we work on our advertising, we take the apostrophe out. So it's officially yes, but from a marketing standpoint, no.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Yeah, that's good. All right, so the other 2 questions are, one, what do you do to perpetuate the historical culture of Bell's? And then secondly, what are the benefits of being an employee-owned company, and maybe some of the challenges of being an employee-owned company?
Okay. What do? I meet with the new employees. We have monthly orientation for all the employees that joined last month. I meet with them every month, and I go through essentially this spiel, where I share with them the historical context of what they're getting into. I also, we have town hall meetings for Bell's Inc., Bell's Department Stores, Bell's Outlet. Every time I get in front of that group, I mention our values. Look, when we have these kinds of meetings, they're going to hear all the technical stuff. They're going to hear about the objectives. They're going to hear about the financial performance. They're going to hear about the challenges and so on that are facing the business and what actions we expect them to take. So that just kind of gives me the wide open agenda to be able to talk about things that I believe in. And I think the difference, one of the big difference makers and why we're heading towards our fourth generation of family ownership and we're still a strong and viable business is that we're values-based. We believe in values. We believe in treating our employees with respect. We believe in fair partnerships with all of our vendors. We believe in being a strong community contributor in the honor of RM Bell Seniors activity. So all those values, I think, are important, and I emphasize it. And I hope that's a difference maker. I think people always kind of expect me to get up there and give them a call to action to get up and work harder and work differently and so on. But to me, it's about value. And then being in a privately held business. Family-owned businesses often get this terrible rap because Sister Susie's the director of marketing and cousin Jack is in charge of the distribution center and brother Tom is running the stores. Bob Bell recognized early on that that was not what he wanted in his business. And he set rules like his father had for him. If you are a family member, you want to come to work for Bell's, you got to go out, you got to get an MBA, you got to work for another company and be successful working for another company, and then when you come back, you're going to start at the bottom and work your way up. And so we're not a business that's kind of run totally by a bunch of family members in different positions, where we have a professional management team that has been hired from the best and brightest, the best retail companies and the best firms that we can find them.